Time it's live.
Hi, everyone. I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and Detroit Lenny just made me giggle. But that aside, it's time for the Picks and Parlays Power Hour. Like I said, I'm your host, Allie Burns. I've got two expert handicappers. We got four picks to go through that are happening tonight, this Friday, February the 17th. Before we get to your free college basketball and NHL picks, I've got to tell you guys about the No House Advantage, all right? NoHouseAdvantage.com. It's a dynamic new platform for all of you fantasy players out there, and fantasy baseball is right around the corner, knocking on the door. So use our promo code P&P. They're going to match your first deposit up to $50 when you use our promo over at NoHouseAdvantage.com. All right, up first, I've got Timothy Earl from Earl Sports Bets coming in hot. What's up, Tim?
Not much. We're getting into the fun part of the year. Conference tournaments coming up. Baseball's coming up. It's an exciting time of the year.
Yes, indeed. All right, so start me off in the Ivy League. We've got Yale minus 3.5. They're at Pennsylvania, and the total on this one's a 142.5. What do you got going down here, Tim?
I'm a sucker for a home dog. I grabbed Penn in this game plus the points. It did go from 2.5 to 3.5, which is a little bit, whatever. But so we get an extra point since I bet it. Penn is 14-11 this year. Yale 17-6. I just figured this spread would be a little bit bigger. Yale is definitely the better team. I figured this one would be closer to 5-6 area. I know Penn's been playing pretty well this year. They 8-4 at home. But I feel like this is just a little bit too short of a line. And when I'm looking for college basketball, I'm looking for the lines that you're looking at it. Oh, when I bet it, Yale only had to win by 3 points. They've obviously 17-6 this year. They're playing really well. It's only that I grab the home dog. If it looks too easy, I go the opposite direction.
If it looks too easy, it probably is. And that's one of the things that, the public bettors don't realize, that the odds makers a lot of times are hanging these numbers for the public to be like, Alabama plus 3. Oh, I love taking Alabama plus 3 points.
How many people fell for Purdue yesterday against Maryland?
Not me.
Nope, Maryland.
Best bet of the day was Maryland, as a matter of fact. So yes, sir, that's just it. And like I was saying on the Morningwood show, I did the stats since January 28th. Fade the ranked dogs, 19-7-1. So pay attention to those numbers when they look too easy. I am seeing that number going down. I see it at a 3.5, but I'm with you on this one. And I love me some Yale. I hate fading Yale, but in this situation, you're right. That number should have been a 5 or a 6. We're seeing it at a 3. Excuse me, 3.5 or a 3. So I'm with you. Let's take the home dog with the Pennsylvania Quakers when they take on Yale tonight. Okay, so now we're moving into my territory, the Mountain West. Now, I watched SJSU get their butts whooped last night against the UNLV women. UNLV women take down the regular season championship, back-to-backs, baby. But now we're talking about their men. New Mexico Lobos started off so hot and not looking good. They're at San Jacinto. I always say San Jacinto because I'm from Texas, but it's San Jose State. This one's up to a 1.5 now, which makes me like it even more. Total's a 143.5. Break it down for me.
It's another one that just looks too easy. You get a New Mexico team that's 19-7 this year, and they're a dog. I'm on San Jose State, -1, -1.5, money line, whatever you want to grab with them. I think they win this one pretty solidly. Yes, New Mexico started off fantastic. They started off 15-0. Since then, they're 4-7. Conference play has kicked their butt, and now they went from the last undefeated team in college basketball to being a bubble team at best, where they might not even make the bracket. So this is a New Mexico team that's going the wrong direction. San Jose is going the right direction. I'll take them. I pick them at home tonight. Whenever you can get that, whenever there's a team with a better record that's a dog, it just seems a little bit off to me. I grab San Jose State.
And let's not forget that SJSU is a 10-2 home team against a 4-4 road team as well. And it's not, like with New Mexico falling, it's not like the Mountain West is the toughest conference in the world to play in. For you to be such a good team at the beginning and then get into conference play and kind of lose your footing, it just showed me that you kind of had a weak strength of schedule to begin with, is what I would think on this one, that made you look really good, because playing in the Mountain West is not like playing in the Big Ten or the Big East or the ACC. We're not talking about the best teams in the whole gosh dang land here. So I'm with you on this one. SJSU, I'll just take them on the money line, just because that's how I roll, but I totally agree. That's the play here. Tim, what do you got going on over at picksandparlays.net?
Plenty of college basketball right now. I know I already started looking at tomorrow's card. All the lines up until like the 4:30 games are out. I already have 15 plays lined up. And that's not even including the late game. So it's going to be heavy volume on Saturday. Nick's been doing really well with the NHL. NBA's in the All-Star break right now, so no NBA at the moment. But we're a month and a half away from baseball. So it's an exciting part of the year. We got conference tournaments coming up. Lots of good stuff.
Lots of good stuff. And that's why you guys are number 2 on the hottest cappers list over at picksandparlays.net. You're up $735 over the last 7 days, averaging more than $100 a day for your subscribers. So guys, head over to picksandparlays.net. Use that promo code MADNESS. It saves you 20% off. And also worth a mention is that opening day for grown-up baseball might not be for a minute, but opening day for college baseball is now, and you can't sell those picks over at picksandparlays.net, but you sure as heck can give them away from free over at Earl Sports Bets. So guys, subscribe to Earl Sports Bets on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, all of it, because tons and tons of free picks are coming out of them every day that they can't necessarily sell over at the site. Also, everyone, don't forget, like it, subscribe it, ring the bell for notifications. We're on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much, Tim. I'll see you again next week.
That's it.
Okay, so now that was one half of the Earl Sports Bets combo. Now we're going to have the other half. Nick Earl is here from Earl Sports Bets, coming in hot with his hockey. What's up, Nick?
Yeah, coming in hot with some ice. Let's do this.
Yes, all right. Melt my ice, baby. We got the Stars at the Wild. It's a -110. Total on this one's 5.5. There was a lot of talk about this game on the Morning Wood show today. So give me your take on that. You know I'm not a hockey girl, so I'm not going to combat you in anything you say here. What do you got going on?
Well, first off, I want nothing to do with the side in this game. Minnesota is one team that I bet on them. They lose. I bet against them. They win. Stars have been a tricky team for me to figure out as well this year. But there is one thing that has kind of been kind of easy with these two teams right lately, and that's just betting their totals under 5.5. And I know it's a low total, and 5.5, they don't happen too often in hockey, but generally they go under more often than they go over. So these totals are usually low for a reason. The Wild are 2-8 over under the last 10 games, and the Stars are 1-9 over under their last 10 games. So both these teams have been playing towards the under as of late. I have this game projected for 4.92 goals, so I see this as a low projected game as well. It's going to be Gustafson and Ottinger in net. Gustafson definitely been the better of the two goalies for Minnesota between him and Fleury. And Ottinger is a top 5 goaltender in the NHL at the moment, in my opinion, and he has a very bright future in front of him. Both these teams play low event hockey. The Wild have struggled to score as of late. I like under 5.5 here with Dallas and Minnesota.
Another look too, I believe it was D-Talk this morning on the Morning Wood show, like the Stars' first period under 1.5 goals. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
He is average for his age.
He's league average. My spreadsheet has him as a league average goaltender. He's not somebody who's going to win you playoff series like he was back in Pittsburgh or Vegas, but he is somebody who will give you league average goaltending at this point. But first period under, yeah, if I like the full game under, I think that is going to be, if I'm betting an under, I think this is going to be 0-0 halfway through the game. So like that's the type of game I want it, that I'm hoping for. 4-1, I could see it. We saw that last time these two teams played like 10 days ago with 4-1 Dallas. If I had to pick a side, I'll take a shot with Minnesota. I feel like everybody's super low on them right now. I'll take I would take a small shot with them, but I want nothing to do with the side, just the under.
All right. Undertaker, under first period, under full game. That's what we're doing here. So let's move in. This was a highly contested game today. The Rangers at the Oilers. Everyone's on the Rangers. And here's what I couldn't wrap my non-hockey brain around. Just from line movement alone is telling me that Oilers should be the play here. Rangers have won 6 in a row. And this is kind of what we were just talking about with Tim in basketball. You win all these games in a row and you're a plus number. It doesn't click with me. And also this total is humongous. Leonard said, don't bet over 7. Scott Reichel said, pay the juice on 6.5 and take that over. What are your thoughts on this, Nick?
I'm on the opposite side. Give me the under 7 in this game. I have this game projected. I thought this game was going to be projected around a 6. These are two teams I think are going to be competing to. These are two cup contending teams. And the Oilers, I think they're going to make it to the Western Conference Final out of that Pacific Division because there's really no one around them that's really going to slow them down. Like maybe someone like the Kings would be a bad matchup for them. But this is an Oilers team that I think can go right back to the Western Conference Finals. And the Rangers are very similar. This team has definitely looked better since the addition of Vladimir Tarasenko. And this team, as reluctant as I want to say this as an Islanders fan, I think this is a very talented team, and they can go back to the Eastern Conference Finals and get out of that Metro Division on that side of the bracket. So these are two teams that I think could play a low-scoring, tight-checking playoff style hockey game. And I think this total is a little bit high. And I said this during my show this morning that I was going to wait and let this line hit a 7. Because on my book, it was 6.5 for a while. And then when it finally clicked 7, I grabbed the under 7 at $1.20. So this is a game that I think at the very worst is 4-3, and I push. So I do like the under 7 here, Oilers and Rangers. Even though both these teams offensively can put up goals, I see this as a playoff style matchup with two teams that I think could go far. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were ending your sentence. The Sharps agree with you. We have 65% of the money is on the under, but 74% of the tickets are on the over. The tickets tend to be the public. Cash tends to be the Sharps. So Sharp Money agrees. Take this one under the 7 goals. Do you have a lean on the side here? I'm sticking with I think it's not the Rangers. I think the Rangers is a trap line, and I like the Oilers. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if you wanted to back the Oilers, you've missed your line because this one I think was minus 115 yesterday, and now they're up to minus 130. So line value wise, I would have to lean towards the Rangers at the plus price tag. I'm not betting the side though, but if I had to bet a side at the price, because yeah, I mean you can look at it as a trap line. Hockey, I don't think that's as much of a thing as something like college basketball or in the NBA, where you have more of these obvious trap lines in the NFL as well. The markets are not as sharp in the NHL as they are in other sports. So I don't buy into where the money, hockey is the only game, the only sport I don't look at where the tickets are. I don't look where the money is. I have my own spreadsheet. I have my own model that projects my scores out, and that's the way I do it. Because just the markets aren't as sharp. If I had to play a side at this line, looking at this as numbers and not teams, at the plus 120 price tag, I would probably have to lean New York, but I'd want nothing to do with this side.
I would look at who's likely to score first. And if Rangers are likely to score first, take them at the plus, and then once they score, then jump on the other side. That's how I would kind of do it. But I'm a freaking gardener. You know, I love hedging. So there's that. All right, Nick, how's hockey been treating you over at picksandparlays.net, where you guys sell all your premium picks for Earl Sports Bets?
Yeah, it's been not bad. It's been an up and down season, but overall profitable season over on the site so far. So definitely looking forward to continuing down the home stretch of the playoff or the regular season into the playoffs. I've hit a couple of nice dogs the last few days. Hit a nice plus 240, I want to say it was, with Detroit last night. So hockey is right now is a great time for some big dogs. I think will be able to come in, especially during this time of the year where we're seeing a lot more overtimes. A lot of the plus 1.5s with underdogs are coming through, as well as outright winners on underdogs.
Beautiful. Yeah, lots of freaking overs too. I've been noticing hockey is like all of a sudden this high scoring sport. Like it's a real thing, but we're still going with the under in the Oilers. The Rangers it's still under. Don't get crazy. 7s are nuts, you crazy people. All right, so check out Earl Sports Bets, picksandparlays.net. They're number 2 on our hottest cappers list, averaging their subscribers over $100 a day. Use this promo code MADNESS. It's going to save you 20% off whatever is in your cart over at picksandparlays.net. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Nick Earl. We will see you guys next week again on the Power Hour. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. We're on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern.